2-2.
Josh says hello.
Oh, hi.
Josh says first.
First in. You weren't Mo.
Moose Mo says papa.
Mo,
Josh
how
says
are we
I
doing?
sent you message.
Sent me a message? When?
Josh says 5 minutes ago. Not TikTok.
Alright.
Darren. D says where's our TTS from last night? No fun.
I mean, it
Josh
was...
says I don't want to speak about it on here.
it was kind of distracting. It was a bit distracting.
Weavrix says, yo man, I got GT7 now.
Nice. Did you start playing it yet?
Weavrix says, just grinding cafe.
You're in the cafe? Nice, I better get into the game. Oh, the joys.
Weavrix says, saving up for GR.3 car.
Nice. Well, hopefully unlock a few as you're going along.
Ratey says, evening Vinny.
How are you doing, Ratey? You well? Are you well?
Mickey Noxon says, hi Vinny Ronaldinho. Good thanks.
Vinny Ronaldinho.
Josh says, I just told the other one. And they seemed pretty excited for me. Ratey says, I'm well,
right,
you
right,
well,
right.
cause you're looking well.
I'm well, are you well?
Josh says yes. Weavrix says,
Go
looks
for it,
everything
man.
new in GT7. I used to playing Sports 1. Ratey says at Josh some time on Daily See my man. Ibrahim Al-Gambi says yes big man.
Yes, Ibrahim,
Josh
how are we
says,
doing?
how are you today anyway Vince T? Josh says at Ratey 87 cheers man.
Quite good, I'm quite
Cargo
good.
Vroom Vroom says what's cracking Vinny mate.
Yes, Cargo Vroom, how do we doing? How do we do the things that you do?
Josh says is that wine in that glass?
Pepsi? If only. If only it was wine. Get pished. Oh, what are we doing? Are we doing GR3 or GR2?
Josh says looks like a glass of red wine.
Well, it's a
Weavrix
Moretti
says,
glass.
what book do I get Brand Central? Darren. D says bet you it is wine haha. Cargo Vroom Vroom says Caperche. Josh says GR2, beat my time. Mickey Noxon says red wine with Coke.
Red wine with Coke. Chance to be a fan thing.
Ibrahim Al-Gambi says I formally resign. Ratey says at Josh I'm nowhere near it lol.
You formally resign?
Cargo Vroom Vroom says Daily Race B is a love-hate for me in my opinion. Darren. D says anyway good evening Vinster how we doing?
Hi, how are we doing? Doyle, did you say something earlier?
Josh says at Ratey 87 I found
I'll
it
bet
quite
you
easy
it's right.
TBH. I just clicked with the car and
I'm
track.
not too bad.
Cargo Vroom Vroom says I have no traction on corner exit but man it's so fun to manage the throttle.
What are we rocking? The RC? F? GT500?
Ibrahim Al-Gambi says I regret to inform you that I formally resigned from GOT7. Ratey says at Josh it looks like
GOT7?
it's top 100.
What's GOT7?
Ibrahim Al-Gambi says GT7.
I see. Well, when are you coming back? Next week?
Josh says at Ratey 87 number 84 global and number 7 in the country.
Kelly, shall we look at a replay? See how to do it. Please connect your Wi-Fi.
Ibrahim Al-Gambi says in the next decades by the will of God. Mickey Noxon says goat of the track, got. Cargo Vroom Vroom says that Josh Jesus didn't know you wear him. Josh says at Cargo Vroom Vroom 86 it's only Monday. Ibrahim Al-Gambi says actually joking.
GR2 at St. Croix.
Ibrahim Al-Gambi says I didn't like last week's dailies. Josh says I found I usually go faster when I watch Rory in the morning. Cargo
I watched him for a while.
Josh, yeah, but still, that would mean you would probably be still in top 400 or 500.
I watched him at lunchtime for a while.
Sprinter Sammy says, "I, Vinny, what you think of the physics update?"
Take about a while to get used to it, but I think mixed feelings. Not too bad. I think I'll get used to it.
Josh says at Cargo Vroom Vroom 86 last time I did a top 100 on a Monday. I finished top 250, I think. Ibrahim Al-Gambi says, is Rory faster now after the update?
Not noticeably. I didn't notice it. I think it's just Rory's just Rory. He just gets on with it, doesn't he?
Sprinter Sammy says, feel like the braking is too immediate.
But it slows down too fast.
Sprinter Sammy says, feels like Forza Horizon. Josh says Rory does like 10 laps and gets top 100s.
Rory knows all the tracks inside out. He's fucking... He's a natural, like, he just, he only needs a few laps and he's back to where he was before he last left, was on the track, like. Plus
Josh
he gives
says H has been playing GT games for yonks.
Plus he does A, B and C, like. Cheers for the follow, RCP. RC Pega. Right, I mean...
Vinny says, good evening, Vinny, doing good, man. Shane Rages says, hi,
Hi,
Vinny.
DV.
Shane,
Are you well, mister? Good lad.
Josh says, maybe I should take a page out of his book. Ibrahim
Hi,
Al-Gambi
Shane.
says, this looks fun.
It looks nice and fast, but... Speed comes with danger. Do you know what I mean? So we'll give it a wee run through.
Ibrahim Al-Gambi says, and the track is wide-eyed. Josh says it's a nice flowing track combo. Shane Rages says, what we saying?
Cheers for the follow.
Josh says, DR no wa I mean. Vinny Lewis says, same name, aha.
Well, hey.
Vinny Lewis says, same name, aha. Darren D says, woohoo, another Vinny in the chat.
Two Vinnies. Spider-Man
Lord
meme.
Kilogram says, Vinny, my good man, are you well?
Spider-Man meme. Yes, KG, how are we doing? Is it the RCF? Is the one everyone's using.
Josh says there needs to be 3 for Spider-Man meme. Josh says RCF yes.
2's enough.
Cargo Vroom Vroom says the one with DRS is good, I think.
Does this have DRS?
Josh says 2 gets the job done.
2's enough.
Vinny Lewis says, do I deserve a follow? Josh says, guess what day it is tomorrow? Cargo
Tuesday.
Vroom Vroom says the Audi is good. Cargo Vroom Vroom says Digit used it, I think. Darren D says, do you feel posh drinking out of that glass?
I feel
Nicky
upper
Lawson
class.
says the original Vinny Lewis. But it's been a while, I call you Vinny Lewis.
There's a Vinny Lewis. What's brake balance on this, Josh? 5?
Vinny Lewis says at Sly WDYM. Josh says +5 I used. I guessed. No idea.
That was too late.
Ray T says 153.9 for me. Think I can get down a touch more. Ray T says, but need to go do painting. Shimon Raku says, why Ajax?
I just like the jersey, no reason really.
Mickey Nopson says at Vinny Lewis I call Vinny in many ways. Josh says I didn't even watch a lap. Just raw dog.
Oh.
Kickogram says who is this handsome Ajax player?
I don't know really.
Ray-T says at Josh alright yeah show off. Josh says chance be a fine thing. Mike Catsy Isaac says hello Vinny. Hello guys.
Hi, how are we doing?
Kickogram says how de doing.
Pretty good,
Mickey
mate.
Nopson
Pretty
says
good.
at Kickogram he is Vinny Ronaldinho. Cargo Vroom Vroom says at Josh how does the GR2 feel with the new physics? I don't think I catched it when you streamed. Josh says at Ray-T87 let me be excited. Mike Catsy Isaac says I'm fine mate. Hope you too.
I'm pretty good,
Ray-T
mate.
says Vinny Van Der Fart.
Van der Fart.
Ray-T says at Josh Defo with a time like that mate, I'd be chuffed. Josh says
I don't know my limits yet.
86 pretty similar to how it used to be. Chunky, Hunky says hello fast Irishman.
Oh hi, how you doing? How do you do?
Patsy Isaac says not Vinny Diesel.
Vinny Diesel. Family.
Cargo Vroom Vroom says at Josh okay that's good, just that you break later instead right. Chunky, Hunky says just doing Cooper a design to say thanks for his work on mine but we good.
Oh nice, you're doing a bit
Josh
of
says
designing.
at Cargo Vroom Vroom 86 brake later and accelerate harder. Mike Catsy Isaac says can you do the voice of Vin Diesel?
I can. I tried to go really deep there and I didn't. That sounded like fucking Patrick.
Kickogram says Vinny Petrol. Ray-T says no you can't lol.
We're doing it for family.
Josh says I found that GR2s jiggle the wheel like you're oversteering even if you're not. Kickogram says again please.
I can't.
Josh says what has happened. Kickogram says this is so sexy. Josh says Dominic Toretto.
Dorado. I haven't even got the accent right, like.
Kickogram says Dominic Tourette's. Josh says more like Dominic Amaretto.
I'm alright.
Chunky, Hunky says hope the day and races are treating you well.
Cheers! Had a pretty decent,
Kickogram
alright
says
day.
Lux is
As good
metal.
as it could be. With
Cargo
work.
Vroom Vroom says family can really mess you up.
As good as it could have went
Chunky,
work-wise.
Hunky says you're gonna give the WRX only a go for GT3 quali.
Oh yeah. I mean... Can do it. Is it quite competitive or not?
Hunky says you don't have to boo.
I mean, I'll do it for the first day or so, and then
Ray-T says I tried the Genesis on Daily B and just can't use it.
if I feel like I'm... Oh, I've entered a race. What am I doing? I'm not fucking doing a race.
Chunky,
Jesus Christ, that was a
Hunky
close
says
one.
just WRX for quali only.
Right, I'll do
Mike
it.
Catsy Isaac says in this race the hard tyres were awful. Chunky, Hunky says use whatever for race. Kickogram says Lexus Meta. Josh says lol that was close, I didn't even notice.
Fucking hell. I'd have been just throwing DR away. Yeah, the Lexus is meta. Well, it's the most popular one.
Josh says took the words out me move.
Me move.
Mike Katsy Isaac says the RC was better, yes.
I mean, there's the top 100. There's an RS5 turbo in there, but it's mostly RCFs. There's a GTR. A few GTRs actually.
Mickey Noxon says feeling now they force us to use wheel. But sadly horses will never try this.
Sadly.
Josh says 3 for top 100 now I assume.
0.3. I'll just go there. Yeah, pretty much. 101 is 0.378. What are you?
Mike Katsy Isaac says I still can't figure out what's happening with the understeer in new physics updates. Darren D says so you want late 152. Josh says it'll be like top 90 RN probably. Was 84. Ray T says it's annoying when you go to take walls in your house and discover the corners aren't square. Ray T says you were 96 when I looked earlier. Josh says at Ray T 87 noise.
Probably should have been in third there. I forget what the...
Ray T says incredible lap time. You should have set a ghost. Kickogram says is there something new about the cats with the tats and knives? Josh says at Ray T 87 there is a ghost
What?
up.
See, when you do a good
Al-Gambi
good
says
lap
you know
time
what
when you
lap
put up
time
your
I did,
ghost,
Vinny.
how does it go on the
Ray T says that
leaderboard?
Josh is there. I didn't actually notice a ghost against you. We'll look later.
Yeah, how does it go? I don't think you can put it on the leaderboard. How does that work?
Josh says at Ray T 87 you got a search in showcase. Ray T says at Josh okay I take mine off leaderboard. Josh says leaderboard only shows top 20 times automatically I think.
Oh, so if it,
FCK
alright.
says wouldn't know mate. I never do a good lap. I get by wearing a bikini for likes. Ibrahim Al-Gambi says my lap time is crazy on here.
Crazy good or crazy bad?
Josh says if you want to share the ghost you gotta share is yourself. Then put search tags on it. Ibrahim Al-Gambi says crazy good. Ray T says at Ibrahim Al-Gambi thought you'd retired. Josh says turn in later for turn 4.
Turn 1, 2, 3, right, 4.
FCK says full disclosure, I race DNFs. Ibrahim Al-Gambi says I did a 209, beat that. Mad King says what's up Vinny?
How are you doing, Matt King? Are you well? Are you well? Because you're looking well.
Mike Katsy Isaac says what strategy are you planning on?
Oh, I have
Chapman says,
no
"How's
clue."
tings?"
Things are good. How's things with you?
Ray T says at Ibrahim Al-Gambi on Daily C. Mad King says I'm good man and you.
Nice, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Can't I complain? Don't know why I'm Scottish.
Reese Chapman says yeah good. Loving GR2 being back. Ibrahim Al-Gambi says that Rati 87 on here.
I wouldn't like racing
Mike
with the
Patsy
hards
Isaac
though.
says the tyres degradation is high.
7, isn't it?
Rati says that. Ibrahim Al-Gambi, were you in reverse, mate? FCK his says, is that an Omar accent?
It isn't
Josh says
Donegal.
Reese Chapman says haven't seen the tyre date considering the update is probably harder on the front tyres. Mike Patsy Isaac says thought you would race now. Ibrahim Al-Gambi says
No.
at 87 that's the optimal time here. Josh says don't throttle until you get over the bump. Try carry speed instead, otherwise you lose grip. Math King says mad at myself, I missed a lot. FCK his says beautiful part of the island, heart. Rachel
Tis
says
surely.
that. Ibrahim Al-Gambi, oh okay sorry mate.
Where are you from?
Shoda Ninja says what your lap time.
Oh, I've only done a 154 too.
Josh says also shift 98% revs. FCK his says Belfast.
Belfast.
Reese Chapman says Josh fuck off. Ibrahim Al-Gambi says that Rati 87 it's okay, 150s is slow here. Josh says at Reese Chapman 625 okay. Josh says at Ibrahim Al-Gambi you in the 22s. Reese Chapman says that Josh love you. Rati says hasta la vista, I'm off to paint. Josh says at Reese Chapman 625 fuck you. Generation X says evening Vinny.
Yes, Generation,
Josh
how are we
says at
doing?
Rati 87 are you gonna go this time? Reese Chapman says at Josh when? Where? How? Josh says at Reese Chapman 625 okay. Mickey Noxon says interesting car or track.
Interesting car or track.
Reese Chapman says you need to trust the downforce more.
Oh, I turned in too early. I turned in too early.
Trisbell says good news brother, I did 154.834 on Yars Marinas and I'm on halfway to Lobby B.
Oh, nice.
Mickey Noxon says it's been a while we race on this track Yars.
Tis. Last time was GR3, I believe.
Reese Chapman says did a few laps just now and managed a 53.3.
Nice.
Josh says last time it was GR4.
Was it GR4?
Gunther Solos says since update I'm struggling to keep pace. Reese Chapman says still a second off Josh though. Josh
A whole
says please don't
second.
beat my time, I don't want to get back on.
Oh.
Josh says just hold off until tomorrow's speed demon. Stretchy says the difference between hards and mediums now is crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to look forward to the race on hard, no.
Trisbell says I've been racing for 6 hours straight yesterday.
6 hours? Ah, dear.
Darren, D says mate you done 6 hours before.
I did. 6.5.
Darren, D says oh wait she drove for 6 hours straight haha.
Oh, yeah, I done a 6-hour stream before. I didn't drive for 6 hours. Fuck that.
Darren,
Hello,
D
Barry
says
R.
I drove from Donegal to Kerry took around 6 and a bit hours.
That's good going, to be honest.
Darren, D says in a bus that only does 100 kilometers per hour.
In a bus too. I was thinking I cut the track there.
Lord Kilogram says you hurt the barrier's feelings.
Barrier.
Trisbell says my legs just hurt so bad today.
You got so legs. You got new legs, Lieutenant Dan. Do you know what I mean?
Trisbell says I was second faster on lobby hole race for 6 hours.
Second faster. Keep doing that.
Trisbell says yes, sir.
Nice.
FCK says I genuinely terrible, just watching how you take corners and speed, just lurking.
Well, don't be going off me yet, because I still haven't figured this place out. I think I should be exiting that in fourth for some reason, carry more speed.
FCK his says, dude, I have the racing line on lol.
You have the racing line on. Alright, I need to try and get this corner right. That's not right.
Kikogram says, is this GR3 or 2?
This is 2. Fourth is better out of there, but still that was a bit slow. Good last sector though. I think I cut that corner. I did. I sure did.
Ibrahim Al-Gambi says on the next subject, bread.
Bread? Why bread?
Raz Rant says yes, Vinny.
Yes, Razzled, how are we doing?
Al-Gambi says bread is good for breakfast.
Breakfast! It's not good for breakfast. Keeps you stodgy. Stodgy stuff.
Raz Rant says having a go at the GR2 a week.
Well, you sure are. Struggling a bit.
Mike Catsy Isaac says,
Not
oh,
struggling,
that's the
but
time we tell what we ate.
Struggling to get extra time.
Kikogram says, what's your breakfast?
I didn't have any breakfast today.
says, how do I get credits fast as a newbie?
Do circuit experience. They're usually good for.
Kikogram says, what was lunch?
Didn't have any lunch. I didn't eat till this evening.
Says, just ate goat yogurt.
I didn't eat till this evening. Didn't eat all day. Till I go home.
Oh.
I do that sometimes. I go through phases. Fasting.
Raz Rant says breakfast is an advertising campaign. Fight me.
Yeah, and it was invented by cornflakes. Or Kellogg's. I think that was the story, wasn't it?
Josh says, oh daddy, it's slippery.
Oh, slippy. Slippy when wet. Too late.
Josh says him slippy. Darren D says Jesus Christ.
Fenton!
Josh says fourth for final corner also. Raz Rant says mad thing is, people say they eat breakfast even if not hungry.
Exactly. I'm never usually that hungry in the morning, so unless I am hungry, I won't bother.
Josh says at Raz_rages I do. Josh says good for you. Darren D says coffee for me most mornings.
I'll have a coffee when I get to work.
I'm rarely hungry in the morning. FCK says Fenton, law cry, thumb.
Fenton!
Mike Catsy Isaac says TBH, when you wake up the healthy is not to be hungry. Raz Rant says that Josh, what is good for you is eating when you're hungry. Kikogram says beer for me most mornings. Josh says if I drink coffee in the morning I shit myself.
Why am I in 5th? I took that corner in 4th.
Josh says Vilson. Josh says you took it in 5th. Raz Rant says I rarely eat more than once a day now. Usually at about 10 PM. Josh says no good. Kikogram says that Josh I do that without coffee. Mike Capsy Isaac says for coffee try freight in the morning and you will make the toilet a rocket ship.
Cause I'm a rockin' man. Rockin' man.
FCK says that Josh, law cry, law cry, law cry. Josh says I'm not interested in blowing up toilets actually. Raz Rant says I had sausage butties though yesterday at lunchtime. Fucking proper scram.
Hard to beat a sausage sarnie.
Josh says breakfast of champions that. Mike Capsy Isaac says tahini and honey for breakfast. Darren D says get coffee in the morning, you'll get a free break in work as you'll spend it in the toilet. Josh says go fast.
You telling me to go fast? That corner seems to creep up on me every time. I can't get that chicane. Well, that S, whatever you call it. Classes of chicane.
Raz Rant says that Josh my achieves heel is sweet stuff on chicken. BBC, honey etc. It's really not good for you.
Cheers for the follow, Fabo. Fabo.
Kikogram says BBC. Raz Rant says sorry, barbecue.
Raz just revealed his fetish.
Happiest Larry says lol.
Oh, that caught me off guard.
Kikogram says you don't get out of that now, Raz. Josh says BBC. Josh says Raz hello. Kikogram says Raz the BBC spinner. Mike Capsy Isaac says BBC the television channel. What else?
Yeah, that's what we're all thinking of.
Kamal says how are you doing, bro?
Not too bad, how are you?
D says Raz is going to get it now. Josh says Raz shortcuts are going somewhere we never thought of. Raz Rant says it's not reading my comments now, lol.
You're the banja.
Darren D says that Raz underscore rages I'm not surprised, ha ha ha. Happiest Larry says hey Big Vin, hope you're keeping well.
There's Larry, how we doing?
Josh says show me your search history, Raz. He's like nuh-uh. Darren D says probably best is not reading them out.
Oh god.
Kikogram says big black hawk. Raz Rant says you don't wanna see that, lol. Josh says I knew the man had some fruit. Josh says batting for the other team. Mike Capsy Isaac
don't touch
says
the
big
grass.
Black car.
Don't touch the grass.
Green Neon Driver says, are you mad at the new physics?
Don't touch the wall. I'm not mad at them, no. I'm not overly worked up about it.
Josh says, too much gay porn in there. Kikogram says, Raz, can you sit? Darren D says, Vinny, grass cutting season is over.
It's not.
Raz Rant says, hi guys, my name
Not
is
for
Raz
me.
and I'm a barber stabber.
I go all year round with the grass cutting.
Josh says in his words, what is happening?
Well, that was the wrong gear, totally. Well, we'll finish the lap. Try and get used to this bit.
Darren D says, Vinny cuts the grass in the snow. Happiest Larry says, does she not get clogged up, Vin?
Yeah, and the lawnmower as well.
Josh says, A.
I think my
Darren
first half
D
of this
says
track,
that poor lawnmower.
the first
Josh
half,
says it's not even way down.
first half of this track I need to work on. I think I have the second part pretty nailed. I mean, it's pretty easy. Like.
Josh says Raz has opened up to us at 8 PM.
Pretty early, innit? It's the first half
Darren
was where the
D
time
says,
gained.
cheers Raz, appreciate it. Mike Catsy Isaac says, I think Vinny you have to leave just a big moustache. Raz Rand says, you're welcome guys. Darren D says, can't be as bad as end of stream last night.
Yeah, that
Josh
was a bit
says,
hectic.
suppose you can invite him to your Tuesday tea parties. Kikogram says, Raz likes riding barbecue.
Concentration's just out the window now. All I can think of is
Josh says Raz likes BBQS. You heard it here first. Mike Catsy Isaac says Vinny tries to hold his laugh. Josh says it's too silent.
silent witness.
Darren D says, Vinny, how many go to the Tuesday tea party? Kikogram says penis.
Why am I doing that? I'm doing the wrong gears.
Josh says you'll witness something in a second. Mike Catsy Isaac says, is there anyone who likes CNN and BBC? Josh says, okay, I'm done. Darren D says, don't laugh, Vinny.
I not. Oh, don't close your
Josh
eyes.
says, bye guys. I go show Raz good time now.
Oh shit.
Daz says that Josh, great time dude, that's gonna take some beating. Kikogram says, I imagine the driver radio in F1 is like this TTS chat.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Josh says that Daz 333 will take some beating in a second. Mike Catsy Isaac says, you mean in F1 Radio Lando says about BBC?
All the time.
Josh says at Das 333 I'm joking. Cheers, man. Kickogram says Raz didn't road something in a while. Probably his hands are not available right now. Tabach says how you feel about the races this week.
I don't
Josh
mind them. I
says
like
if
the
you grab-
tracks. Not sure about the tire choices. Hards on both. Well, hards and mediums on here.
Chunky. Hunky says I've returned to hard.
Ah. Return to hard.
Chunky. Hunky says my bad. Tabach says yeah, harder on the GR3 is insane. Curbs become a death sentence.
I believe so. We'll have a go.
Josh says hard watch or watching.
We'll
while hard.
do so much on this and then we'll go to GR3.
Chunky. Hunky says depends what is hard on him.
Oh.
Josh says stop moaning.
Mowing? Mowing or moaning?
Darren. D says lads it's 8.25 Jesus Christ ha 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 ha. Tabach says got 5th in my first GR3, got crashed first lap and raced back from 16th. Josh says Hoya. Chunky. Hunky says washing up, my neighbor thinks I have a weird cat because of you. Dan says evening all.
That's done. Wrong gear again. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Kickogram says meow. Chunky. Hunky says Dan da Dan Dan. Dan says where's the American voiceover gone? I like that guy. Tabach says good day today.
I mean, I couldn't have him on
Josh
again.
says why ghosts spawn behind you sometimes on this track. I noticed that earlier.
Yeah.
Josh says at Dan1_1210 high. Chunky.
Like now,
Hunky
he'll
says
be
that
behind
Josh
me.
is too fast, that's why. Dan says at Chunky Hunky good evening. Dan says at Josh evening Juicy.
Spin me right
says hi
round.
Vinny.
Hi, how you doing?
Josh says it was doing it to me the last 2 sectors.
Why'd it do that? Cheers, MTJ, for the heart, me.
MTJ says hi Vinny.
Hi, how are you doing?
Josh says at Dan1_121 love you. Dan says fun fact, my first daily race was at Autopole in the car you're currently driving.
Your first race? I don't know why I repeated you. I did hear you.
Mike Capsy Isaac says how did Hadja break high wrist before the last Grand Prix?
I don't know. I didn't do it. Stop accusing me.
Josh says at Mike Capsy Isaac training. Dan says at Josh love you to honey. Cash says downshift sound great.
Sounds good in general, doesn't it?
Kickogram says Hadja thanked his Willie. Josh says how is that allowed?
Have a word, ref.
Mike Capsy Isaac says at Vinny Patch. Josh says something disconnect.
No notification, yes.
Darren, D says, did something disconnect? Mickey Noxon says, hi again, Ronaldinho.
That's not the disconnect sound. It's a notification.
Kikogram says, did something disconnect?
I'll ban yous all.
Josh says, I think something disconnected. Chunky, Hunky says a notification about a disconnection. Kikogram says, whoa hey. Josh says, why can't we see you anymore?
Your camera has been disconnected.
Josh says your camera turned off. Kikogram says, Vinny, you wanna check if something disconnected?
Yeah, the TTS will disconnect
Chunky,
very quick.
Hunky says lips are moving but not hearing any words. Josh says it was notification you turned me on. Darren, D says definitely heard something disconnected. Mike Katsy Isaac says I think the notification was by the tag if you put the name of Vinny. Mickey not.
How do you like them apples? Oh, the peace and quiet. Peace and quiet. Fascist. Fascist stuff.
Darren, D says make America great again. Kikogram says let's go to Rena's stream. Josh says the thoughts Vinny.
Thoughts?
Chunky, Hunky says all quiet and he still wins it. Kikogram says at Chunky Wunky. Josh says all quiet on the frontal lobe anyway. Darren,
On the
D
western
says funny
front.
half hour haha. Mickey Noxon says well, hi Vinny.
Hi. How are we doing?
Josh says you make water look like it has calories.
What does that mean?
Mickey Noxon says long time no hear. Kikogram says so I think the TTS just disconnected for a bit.
Just for a bit.
Josh says you're the type of guy to climb over a glass wall to see what's on the other side.
Well, hey. Well, you can't be too sure.
Josh says you turned off comments. Mohammed Kamal says don't rush bro. Josh says what happened there? Chunky, Hunky says who?
Is there an owl in here?
Josh says just told me the comments got turned off. Kikogram says comment section was disconnected. Dan says BRB, gotta run shop my wife wants coconut ring biscuits. Chunky. Hunky says Vinny's got telekinesis. Kickogram says at Dan1_121 is that a code word? Josh says there's a mod messing with it. Kickogram says comments off again. Mike Catsy Isaac says we are like a big group around a campfire eating steaks and saying stories. Dan says safe word that lol. Chunky. Hunky says comments ain't off because you spoke. Josh says singing Kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
Josh says besides the obvious, what would you change about yourself? Chunky. Hunky says height probably.
Samuel invited me to play Fortnite.
Mike Catsy Isaac says what's the obvious? Josh says at Chunky Hunky what did you think was the obvious thing? Kickogram says fuck the Samuel.
I ain't playing no Fortnite.
Josh says are you gonna stream GTA 6 when it comes out? If sorry. Easy says what track is this? Chunky. Hunky says at Josh your moustache my number one thing to change. Darren. D says you can play it in a fortnight. Josh says at Chunky Hunky it's off right now. I took it off the other day. I'll put it back on later. Easy says is this Magello?
Does this say quoi? I didn't know you could speak Spanish.
Chunky. Hunky says bonjour.
Bonjour now? It's a different language.
Chunky. Hunky says dumb. Josh says no tomorrow. Kickogram says John Pork. Easy
Jean
says there's an
Paul
Irish
Gaultier.
flag on your wall. Are you from Ireland?
Not India.
Mike Catsy Isaac says bonjour, croissant, macaron. Josh says John Paul Gaultier. Josh says Ivory Coast.
Headed to wall. Headed to barrier. Go for a pit stop.
Josh says the Ivory Coastian TikTok streamer friend. Kickogram says what you doing? Josh says my cat meow meow is not pink because I am brown. Roast beef. Angelo. P. Pastor says I love Gran Turismo 7. Have you tried those Super Formula cars? They're so good.
Yeah, Super Formulas are fun. They're quite fun.
Kickogram says that Josh show me. Josh says, what's your time now?
Oh, shite. 53. 53.3.
Josh says you're all good, lock in. Kickogram says Vinny looks just disappointed from the chat. Josh says try giving some corners wider entry. T10 you take too narrow.
Oh, I feel like going to sleep. Why am I in 5th?
Darren, D says drink your wine, that will wake you up.
Yes, I didn't have any caffeine this evening, that's why I'm fucked. I ran out of monsters.
Ray-T says room is painted. 2 MD code tomorrow night. Darren, D says a trip to the shop for you
Second
tomorrow.
code.
Ray-T says second.
Is this one of 6 rooms? What did you, how many rooms did you say you have to do?
Ray-T says 6 rooms.
Don't know how I remember that.
Mike Katsy Isaac says is the t-shirt Ajax.
Tez.
Ray-T says 3 bedrooms, landing, stairs, dining room, lounge.
Oosh.
MTJ says livery for your RCF is done.
Oh, cheers, dude.
Ray-T says then next year I'm gonna rip out the kitchen and replace that.
Thanks, MTJ. You didn't have to do that.
Ray-T says what's your time round here? MTJ says no problemo.
153.3.
Ray-T says noise. Happiest Larry says remember 5th.
Done it again. One 153.1. Boom shakalaka. We drink a Pepsi.
Kickogram says big crash.
A big crash.
Kickogram says you okay, Vinny?
I think so.
MTJ says cheers.
Cheers. A big crash. Oh, these headphones, man. Keep catching on my back.
Rati says sea wash at Kawa.
Wash it, wow. I like it. I like it a lot.
Rati says that didn't work, lol.
I know what you meant, though.
Kickogram says looks like you got it now. Josh says I jump back on and beat my time.
Nice.
Rati says right, wash brushes, have a shower, then try to catch your times. Rati says adios for now.
Adios, amigos. Cheers, Perma, for the follow. Appreciate it.
Kickogram says very nice driving, Vinster.
You were saying? You were saying?
MTJ says curb.
Kirby also.
Omalo says, do you feel any change in feeling as you drive frequently for this new update?
To be honest with you, it's not major for me. It's more the cars. It's more the cars that kind of they lost their, like the 458 and the 911. It's more that I feel rather than the physics change. The braking's different.
Dan says him back. How's it going?
All right, not too bad. Could be better, could be worse. Yeah, it's more the break-in's a lot harsher. There's a lot more grip on corners in certain ways. Stuff like that. We're slowly figuring this out.
Kikogram says Vinny the question, tats or as?
Depends.
Kikogram says on women.
I'm glad you clarified that.
Kikogram says just making sure.
You never know. You think you know somebody, then they just like barbecues.
Kikogram says nice one.
Well, that was sure.
Kikogram says has everyone left? Brown Beast says sup Vinny.
Yes, Brian Beast, how you doing?
Darren D says no, we still here mate. Brown Beast says 1 more hour.
1 more hour, then you're done, is it? You can do it.
Kikogram says Raz is sucking on his fave barbecue.
Way hey.
Brown Beast says thanks for believing in me.
Anytime. Oh. Is it time to move on to the GR3?
Kikogram says why the moaning again?
I just can't get it. I just can't get it.
Kikogram says the last second you will only find in race, trust.
Eh?
Brown Beast says what car on race A and B?
I'm not sure what A is. B is
MTJ says I have BB on 3 rear.
B is group 3 and
Kickogram
Autopolis.
says A is a BMW.
Oh, it's the M4, isn't it?
Kickogram says yeah. Brown Beast says okay.
That's the best I took that.
Kickogram says that Brown Beast 2 Raz will like your nickname. Raz Rand says at Kickogram what nickname? Raz Rand says R Fox Sake. Mike Catsy Isaac says sub 53 is coming.
Not on this lap.
Kickogram says that Raz underscore rages.
I'm meant to be in fourth there. I don't know why I'm always forgetting to go down to fourth.
Mike Catsy Isaac says, Vinny, what's your opinion on EVs? I mean in real life.
What? EVs? Pokemon or the electric vehicles? I'm not a fan. Like.
Kikogram says, yeah, Pokemon on real life, Vinny.
Not a fan.
Kikogram says, not a fan. More like an AC or what? Ha Goddy.
Exactly. Jeez, my neck is sore.
Ibrahim Al Gambi says, Alu.
It's coming together slowly but surely. Hello, how are you? How do we do? Howdy doody.
Ibrahim Al Gambi says, surely, but together surely. Kikogram says the GR.3 dailies track looks a bit like Barcelona.
Is it?
Mike Catsy Isaac says, Vinny, you want to have less than a second from the global top. Kikogram says, I mean the layout. Kikogram says, from what you can see in the lobby.
Well, ideally, to be in with the second of the
Kikogram
global
says
is
this pothole is dangerous.
ideally where you want to be. Well, different with GR2. Oh.
Kikogram says, Vinny, what's your dream car?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't mind a 992.
Kikogram says a Tenza.
No, a G70.
Mike Catsy Isaac says, I think he said GT3 Porsche in the past.
Yeah, I think the 992, when you see one of them in real life, they're fucking amazing. Like.
Dan says that fucking bump just before the bridge is getting right on my last nerve.
It's tough to get right. Get it right once in 10, maybe.
Dan says jumps me into that barrier. Kikogram says, yeah, the GT3 rupees looks insane. Jimmy Jam says, is max rear bias the move now?
I mean, I don't really know. Try a different one.
Mike Catsy Isaac says, is live lagging? Or it's just me?
Must be just you.
Kickogram says, as I can tell you from your accidents, you're a big Verstappen fan. Job says, where are you on the leaderboard? Mike Catsy Isaac says, is this track also real or just fictional?
I believe this is fictional. Nowhere substantial. On leaderboard.
Aberdeen FC says, what car we in EH Day, Vinny?
We're in the Lexus RC GT500.
Ryan O'Toole says, Mr. Vinny.
Hi, how did you do?
Aberdeen FC says, Nicho.
Nice. Close to a penalty, I think.
Ryan O'Toole says, hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Aberdeen FC says, how many car do you have in total?
Couldn't even tell you. I wouldn't even know.
Aberdeen FC says, sorry, can't spell that well. Ryan O'Toole says, I sound normal, that's no fun. Aberdeen FC says, can you check? Kickogram says, that's the lap.
I'm a bit busy.
Aberdeen FC says, after. Kickogram says, I shut up. Aberdeen FC says, how long you been playing GT7?
About a year and a half. Kind of like doing dailies and stuff.
Aberdeen FC says, nice. Josh says, was a second up on a 52.9. Almost.
$51.9, you mean? Alright, yeah, I get you now.
Josh says, oh yes. Josh says, fuck. Kickogram says, Vinny has got the flow now.
fucking
Aberdeen
prick.
FC says I got an engine worth 550,000 today.
Nice. What, from the tickets?
Kickogram says what in the medieval is this glass, Vinny? Aberdeen FC says what flavour you got?
It's a Burra Moretti glass. Cola. And both glass and pen.
Aberdeen FC says same, I got cola ice.
Nice.
Kickogram says I got Yaka Cola. Kickogram says Jackie. Kickogram says it's cola with rum.
Oh. Is it not whiskey?
Mike Catsy Isaac says Vinny must hold a Corona beer and talk with Vin Diesel voice saying family first. Aberdeen FC says how's the day been?
Been fine. Long as usual.
Aberdeen FC says have I used snus before? Kickogram says
I've not
yeah,
actually.
Rum. Aberdeen FC says have you?
I've not.
Kickogram says have you, Vinny?
I've not.
Kickogram says he just wanted to double check. Mickey Noxon says hi again. Sorry
Hi.
to leave you alone many times. Ha Godin. Aberdeen FC says I had my first pouch at 14 years old well other mouth. Kickogram says nice.
Fucking grass.
Kickogram says grass diaper. Kickogram says dipper.
Grass dipper. Grass dipper. I'm just staying in third here, help. I would have done if I stayed some grip. Well, I nailed the last bend there. But I could nail the rest of the lap.
Aberdeen FC says what the fasted lap so far.
My fastest lap 52.8.
Aberdeen FC says nicey. Mike Katsy Isaac says what's the theoretical best lap?
Low 152s.
Mickey Noxon says 52.8 what?
836. That's a 52.4. Damn it.
Mike Katsy Isaac says now you are under a second from the first global.
Nice.
Rati says hello again, Vincent.
Yes, Rati, how you doing? We're getting there, we're getting there.
Aberdeen FC says grass dipper. Rati says fine man, all fresh from the shower.
Did you get in them pits?
Rati says time to try and get my time down on Qua. Rati says got in all the nooks and crannies.
Yes.
Dan says that fucking bump is literally killing me. I can do it.
It's all about the approach to it. Carry speed in so you don't have to accelerate while on it.
Aberdeen FC says I'm away to hop on GT myself. See you later, Vinny. Have a good night, bro.
No bother, mate. You too.
Dan says he'll ring the council in the morning. Get him to iron it out.
Get the steamroller on it. Too late on accelerator.
Angelo P. Pastor says damn you locked in.
I'm trying.
Mickey Noxon says was.
We'll get another good few laps in. Dead.
Mike Catsy Isaac says I read that after the update many players got hit and also took penalty.
What do you mean got hit?
Kickogram says just watched the Isagio Man's Tees clip again. Certified classic. Mike
I was
Catsy
fuming
Isaac
that
says I
day.
mean by another car.
I was
Joey
fuming
says
that
good
day.
evening Vinny and chat. Hope all well.
Yes, Joey, how are we doing, mate?
Kickogram says love it.
I was fuming that day. The days of no mods. I had no mods to control my chat. So I had a whole race of some fella just
Kickogram
nagging me.
says that's the Vinny we need. Joey says all good Vinny. Thoroughly enjoyed the Formula 1 yesterday.
Did you like it? Yeah. He's rather angry, Vinny. Like be angry,
Kickogram says
Padge.
now your mods are abusing the chat.
Exactly. Abusing the fucking... Abusing the streamer.
Kickogram says yeah and that's what I like. Joey says was delighted to see Aston Martin score points.
They're on the up again. Damn grass. Be spinning.
Joey says they've been slowly creeping up the positions the past few races.
That was a good section. This is... I struggle with this bit.
Isonator says howdy howdy Vin.
Hi, how you doing? I always seem to lose pace there.
Joey says but go Team Alpine Haystack Colapinto is innocent.
I'll call up to do. To be honest, I was half watching it. It was on in the background.
Isonator says I'm okay other than having to wait 25 millennia for my game to reinstall Lorca.
You have to reinstall it.
Isonator says yeah it's super broken, keeps freezing, won't save or load ghosts, liveries don't load plus more bugs.
Fuck that. Fuck that. No.
Ricky Ramirez says lock in brother. Isonator says it's only since this new update it started doing it, so reinstalling to see if that helps. Clean P5.
I will finish it. We might get something good later on. No. A good rotation off the curb there.
Ratey says down to 153.5 now.
Go on, son.
Ratey says need to stop diving for the apexes.
Lost a bit of time on that bend.
Air says best time, sir.
52.4. Is that what is that a question? Got too greedy.
Tristan.WRN says race B is so bad.
Is it bad? I haven't even tried it.
Air says Drift King.
Donkey Kong.
Isonator says at T18 seat what car are you using? Tristan.WRN says Hyundai.
Cheers, Melzy, for the follow.
Legend from way back says love this game.
Do you like it? That's not fast enough. If I want to beat my time, that has to be perfect.
Air says I shallow hum. Isonator says at T18 seat that's why. Tried different cars im slower in the Genesis. In the WRX im sub 49.5. Angelo. P. Pastor says come on bro, you gotta lock in. We all believe in you. Tristan.WRN says ill try mate, thank you. Ricky Ramirez says how do you feel about the new physics? I don't understand the uproar about it.
I don't mind it. Honestly. Wasn't perfect, but it wasn't terrible.
Isonator says at T18 seat he'd recommend the WRX personally, or the Beetle as they are both very fast around there. Tristan.WRN says the Beetle seems better and the Hyundai is better for top speed but very twitchy.
I need to stay in third there. I'm losing too much speed going down to second.
Isonator says at T18 seat you need corner stability and speed at Autopolis more than top speed. Ray-T says that bit before the bridge is killing me.
Killing you softly. Got a wheel spin there.
Ray-T says killing me violently. Mike Catsy Isaac says will you do a race today, Vinny? Air says use your nitrous. Isonator says still purple though.
Oh, it was
Mickey
it was
Nixon
it
says,
was
which
one of
is
my
better,
best.
BB?
It was one of my
5,
best
3.
first sectors. Well, I seem to be going faster with 3. I think I set my PB with 3. Might all but just be in the mind, but yeah. Still not fast enough, that. Oh. You know, you just know when you're fat. You know when the lap's going. You just know, don't you?
Isonator says I've gone the opposite. I used to use 3, now using 5 more since the update. Josh says closest I can get to my time is a 52.5. Josh says what's your time?
52.4.
Josh says please don't get me.
I won't.
Ray-T says I'm 1 second behind you now, Vinny. Usual order restored lol. Josh says I can have a world record pace sector 1 but then mess up sector 4.
I know. I'm the same. I've had glimpses of decent laps.
Josh says turn after the bridge is hard.
Yeah, that's what's catching me out. Then from the straight to the end, I can nail that. It's the easiest sector, like, to... Although saying that, when you're on the fast lap, it's fucking... Pressure gets to you. Cheers, Lawson, for the follow. That's a
Josh says
penalty.
that's exactly how it goes.
Pressures for tires. Let's do it.
Josh says come Hesky lad.
Nearly got away with it.
Admi KHNN says Vinny you're so good.
Oh, stop. Stop you flirting.
Admi KHNN says can I get under your desk as you play? Admi KHNN says cutie. Admi KHNN says okay save him off Vinny. You're good at this game though honestly.
Cheers,
You're
dude.
sick.
Cheers, dude. All the best, mate.
Kuanan Devil says how come your brake bias isn't fully on the rear?
I tried...
Wildfire Virus says these the new dailies.
somebody mentioned, do you always have it on +5? And I thought, I'll change it. And then I ended up getting a PB with the 3 in the brace. But I can't even talk. The 3 on the back, so I just kept it, so... These are the new dailies, yeah, Lawson. GR2 at St. Croix.
Kuanan Devil says he'll have to give it a go.
It was just a... like, I mean, I could switch it back to 5 and get a PB now. I don't know. It was just a random change in it. Like, it might have been paired with the fact that I was still learning the track, so I'll...
Dorg
Tried it
says
too.
my favorite track.
It's a good track. Oh, trying too hard. Pit stop? Anybody for a pit stop? Perfect.
Ray T says I'm coming down in 0.1 seconds intervals lol.
Well, that's good.
Wildfire Virus
Progress is
says,
progress.
Where did the other TTS voice go?
I mean, it was a bit hectic last night. I think I was losing I would have lost track of this stream.
Josh says I got PB.
Nice.
Josh says 400 slow.
Hey, every little helps. Just call me Mr. Tesco.
Josh says true.
Progress is progress, no matter how small it is. That's what she said.
Wildfire Virus says yay, people were saying some wild stuff.
Just a bit. Yeah, I lost complete control of the chat last night, so I thought...
Josh says okay, I'm up a 10.5 on the bridge, man. Joe Avaloop says hi, your mate, how's things?
Not too bad, mate. How are you?
Josh says I'm scared.
Oh, did you pause it?
Josh says I'm paused.
I never pause it, because you can never get back into it. Oh, what a corner. What a
Josh
fucking
says wish
corner.
me luck.
Pity about the rest of the lap. Oh, if I nailed that corner on a good lap.
Josh says I done it in. Ray-T says Jesus man, I was wondering where my ghost went and didn't realize I was in it. Josh says corner after the bridge.
So I've yet to do that one.
Ray-T
right.
says pooped it when it popped out again.
I don't think I've done that corner right yet. Well, I mean right isn't as fast as the ghost is doing it.
Wildfire Virus says seems like a hard track to learn. I think it'll pass.
It's technical, but it's very rewarding when you get it right. Absolutely nailed that.
Josh says I'm up a 10th on the bridge again. Jack didn't post says liking the new races. Josh says I should NT have paused.
You should shut up too. Fuck it. Well, I've only tried this one. The hard tires on the GT3s should, say it'll be difficult.
Wildfire Virus says what are the other tracks this week?
Autopolis. GR3s.
Ray-T says nailed the bridge and then screwed it on third last corner. Jack didn't post says I keep crashing in on the bride. Jack didn't post says like that. Ryan O'Toole says hi Vinny.
Hi, how do you doing?
Shane Rages says I can't do this GR2 malarkey.
Malarkey. It does take a bit of practice, don't get me wrong.
Ryan O'Toole says how is Mr. Vinny?
He's not 3 bad.
Kuanan Devil says use keep janksing him, swear to God. It's Emmy Diff ACC says what TCS do you run typically?
0 traction.
Mike Katsy Isaac says let's go Vinny.
Not good enough, but we'll run it. Try and stay on 3rd on this one. We can need the rotation in 2nd. Oh, nearly.
Ryan O'Toole says have you beaten Josh yet?
No. Probably won't either. Not too far though. 0.1.
Ryan O'Toole says have you beaten me?
What are you?
Ryan O'Toole says slow. Ryan O'Toole says I'm going to beat Josh tomorrow. Maybe.
I mean, maybe.
Mickey Nopson says any advice for controller player?
Yeah, get a wheel.
Jaden Stoneman says why is your game quality so? Jaden Stoneman says good.
I don't know. I have a good
Ryan
capture
O'Toole
card.
says where is the epic movie voice?
I have a good capture card, I
Mickey
suppose.
Nopson says but I have one.
Right.
Mickey Nopson says, then use it, Har Godin.
Exactly.
Ryan O'Toole says, Vinny, can you give me a time to try get on either daily? Remember MB, but not very good.
I don't know, really.
Dan says, what the hell am I doing wrong? I literally followed the ghost's line, yet I'm still in the barrier. Mickey Noxon says at Dan1_121 throttle maybe. DTR Dex says hey Vinny.
Yes, Deck, how are we
Graham
doing?
says BB on rear 2. What is going on here? Ryan O'Toole says is Raz here.
Is Raz here? I don't know. I don't know, really.
Kickogram says he is doing a barbecue.
Oh.
Kickogram says do you got a new PB while I was away?
I don't believe so.
DTR Dex says good. Quick tip Vinny if you haven't already. Have you adjusted your steering since update? Kickogram says
I have.
still 53.3.
But I don't know if
Ryan
I've done it in the
O'Toole
right
says
way.
I'm going to try get within 2 seconds of your time.
I basically fucking googled fucking best settings.
Charbella says which is more fun, Daily B or C?
I've only tried
Conan
C.
Devil says at DTR_Deck what's the update?
It's been big bop changes and physics changes in the game.
DTR Deck says have you adjusted the rotation settings Vinny? Kickogram says at Conan Devil 05
I haven't. But in game,
Charbella says IDKY, but in the Daily B every car just seemed to understeer and oversteer at the same time. DTR Deck says on your wheelbase. Ryan O'Toole says I was meant to change settings after the update, or is that just for DD Pro?
is it on the actual app though, is it? Well, that was weird, the fucking force feedback cut off mid corner.
DTR Deck says yeah, go onto steering wheel sensitivity on your steering wheel and change it to 530. Kickogram says you going for a race to see if you in top SPLI.
It was on auto, so what, 530? That'll be totally different now, I suppose.
Kickogram says you typing in a cheat code.
I take it that's 530 degrees.
Ryan O'Toole says is Vinna tired.
I'm fucking wrecked, man.
Ryan O'Toole says go bed. Ryan O'Toole says no, okay.
I was in every gear there with the right gear. Right, let's get used to this now. Ooh, yeah, little pop.
DTR Dex says I was studying new update and default is all messed up with new update. In cockpit it shows.
Oh, right. Well, hopefully I can get used to this now. Cheers for that. Come on. 2 on 5.
Kuanan Devil says is the update more forgiving or no? Ryan O'Toole says have you tried B?
Nope, there seems to be more grip on corners. See when you're exiting a corner on the new, since the new update, there seems to be a lot more. Especially in these GR2s, like I haven't experienced any oversteer, well in these mediums anyway. I'm lying, but not much, like.
Party Sound says ciao Vinny.
How are we doing, Party Sound? Are you well? I think I might have exhausted my best time tonight, so. I've got nowhere near it since about 2 o'clock. Cheers for the follow. Whatever your name is.
Cam says ahoy.
Ahoy hoy. Cheers to pack up with the heart, man.
2PyCam says, how's the night been?
Been alright. Got a decent time, 152.4. But
Ryan O'Toole says you should spin every time someone gifts.
I mean, it probably looks like that anyway.
Ryan O'Toole says spin IRL now. Dan says OMG. Dan says this is so frustrating.
Same shit, different lap.
Dan says I can get a 24 flat in Sector 1. That bump before the bridge is as far as I'm getting.
Alright, let's get a bit of heat in the tires, and then the next lap's going to be the one. Wait till see.
Ryan O'Toole says at Dan1_121, come on Dan, you can do it. Dan says I don't even know what the second half of the circuit looks like, lol.
To be honest with you, it gets easier as the circuit. Like, you can go flat from here on in. Well, to the last corner. Fucking hairy bollocks.
Dan says once I get that corner right you boys are in trouble, but for now you're all absolutely sound, lol.
Mm-hmm.
Ratey says 153 flat. Ratey says I'm getting there.
Good lad. Clippage! We clippage the wallage. Right, the next one's the one.
Ratey says I just can't stay consistent.
A penalty. Come on, turn the radio on. It's Friday night and I won't be long. till I hit the dance floor, hit the dance floor.
Ryan O'Toole says, right Vinny, I'm going to shower if you're not on when I get back. Mr. Casual Irish Gamer.
Well, hey.
Good night.
Cheers, dude. All the best. There's a chance I might be off, so. Eat my fucking fat one. I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm hitting too much curb on the lead into that. On the left before the right. And it just throws me fucking way off. And you're like...
JT says, damn it, I was purple by 0.6 and messed up the corner after the bridge.
That's a hard one. That's probably harder, well, maybe not harder to get right, but...
Dan says there's a bridge.
What are you laying for? Penalty. I swear to God it. I just can't get near my time. Trying too hard, I suppose. If you believe in such a thing.
Says, are you gonna race?
I'm not, no, I'm going to bed soon. I'm absolutely exhausted. Yeah, see, when I don't hit the curb there, I take it a lot better. Maybe keep that in mind for the next lap. Thought I had it nailed there.
Donovan says hi Vin. What's the PB?
Hi Donnie. 152.4.
Donovan says that's proper.
Proper frustrating. Easy.
Donovan
Right.
says you want top 100.
No, no. Oh, no, no. Oh, I thought you said were you in top 100? I mean, I wouldn't mind. Why'd I have to ruin the first part of the lap?
Donovan says is this a real life track?
Don't think so. To be honest, I just like to get close to my PB, if not past it.
MTJ says got to go enjoy your race and livery. Take care.
Ah, cheers, dude. Appreciate it, mate. I'll have a look after. Oh, I think I'm gonna go to bed. I think I need sleep. Do you know what I mean? Pretty much. It's quality for the
says
daily
I can't
race.
go until I get into 152s. I'm so close. Lukey says hi Vinny all.
How are you doing, Lukey? You well? Last try and then I'm going to bed. Cheers for the heart,
says
mate.
him okay, but disappointed we didn't keep the American TTS.
I mean, it would take... I lost control of yours last night, so... I don't think I can stay. That was more entertaining than
Says
me.
it was great fun, man.
It was more entertaining than I was, and I can't be having that.
DSTINCT Ghosted says oi Vinny lad.
How are we doing, Ghosted? Are you well? Very well.
Lukey says yeah, the guy was doing donuts and we were all just spamming TTS haha.
Exactly, that would have been gold and on a different night.
DSDINCT Ghosted says pretty good HBU.
Yeah, not too bad. I'm absolutely shattered, but... You get that.
Lukey says what time you down to?
52.4.
Lukey says rapid.
Not really.
Lukey says need to try the Lexus, only been in the Nissan.
The GTR is fast here too, actually. I never tried that.
Lukey says also disappointed that PD took my Reform UK livery down.
Did it?
Mickey Noxon says alright, this is the one. As always.
As always, you know me, Mickey. Then I go and spoil it all by saying cheers FD for the go popular in the Page badge.
Johnny Moore says yes, Vinny, how we doing?
Yes, Johnny, how to doing? Cheers, Lucky, for the Page badges. Nah.
Lukey says patch badge is cool, not seen that before. Johnny
Yeah,
Moore says all good man you.
Yeah, I'm good man. Well, I'm absolutely
FD
shattered.
Backup says just about to try new physics on the sim.
Nice. Tired as fuck. I'm gonna go to bed now soon, to be honest with you. I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left. Monday vibes.
FD Backup says Ajax.
Yeah, boy. The Bob Marley tribute.
FD Backup says only decent Dutch team I actually know. Mickey Noxon says real Ajax fan.
I just like the jersey. Nearly fluked it.
Says looks fresh. Liam Sterling says
Cheers.
alright mate.
How we doing, Liam? You well?
Liam Sterling says how are you?
Not too bad. I'm not too bad.
Says and also nice drift.
Thank you.
Mickey Noxon says this is the one and again and again. FD Backup says not bothered what the badge is for me, if I like it I'll sometimes get it. Unless it's a rival. Liam Sterling says good. Kickogram says 53.3.
Me 52.4.
FD Backup says, like, as a Coventry fan, I wouldn't buy a Villa or Birmingham top even if it looked nice no matter what.
Oh, exactly.
Kickogram says, whoa hey.
Might be a penalty.
Liam, Sterling says, what footy team do you support, Vinny?
Manchester United. For my sons.
FD Backup says, a bad one, haha. Liam, Sterling says, oh, in Man City.
What?
Mickey Noxon says, this is not Yars.
What, Liam?
Yars.
This is not Yars, no. I've had enough of Yars. Yeah.
Liam, Sterling says, best team in the world. Ryan O'Toole says, oh hi Vinny, you're still here. FD Backup says, Cov City all the way. 6 points off the lot of Yar. Yes, I'm a dreamer.
I think I've had enough.
Kickogram says, Manchester is blue, red.
I think I've had enough. I found out that Liam's a City fan. That threw me over the edge.
Liam, Sterling says, Manchester's blue. Mickey Noxon says, this is the one. Never ended. Liam, Sterling says, sorry mate. FD Backup says that, Liam, how much did it cost to buy 4 Premier Leagues?
I'm only messing.
Could imagine quite expensive. CJRGRS says, YANITED. Kickogram says, no race. Sad fans. Liam, Sterling says, not a lot of.
No, I wouldn't do well in a race, especially a 12 lapper.
CJRGRS says, United for life.
Man United.
Liam, Sterling says, anyway mate, I have to go, all the best.
Cheers dude, I'm away as well. I got to go to bed. So yeah, cheers guys, I'll catch you later.
FD Backup says it's hard to trust Man City fans with them being true or not with all the attention after the fall. Ryan O'Toole says, night night Vin.
Cheers Ryan.
Kickogram says, see ya Vin.
Cheers Kickogram. Yeah. I'm just...
Mickey Noxon says, well,
I'm burnt.
thanks, ill sleep well.
Cheers Mickey, all the best.
Ratey says, adios
We'll
Vinny.
catch you on a later date guys.
Mickey Noxon says, bye driver.
Oh.
Ryan O'Toole says, I miss you already.
Oh.
FD Backup says he won't be on Tom or Liam's passed on a disease.
I just think I'll be
Mickey
too
Noxon says
disappointed.
bye-bye.
I'll be too disappointed about Liam.
Mickey
Oh well.
Noxon says bye bye.
What can you do?
Bye.
Bye guys. See you later. Doodle pip.
Mickey Noxon says bye bye. FD Backup says Liam's killed the mood, haha.
I was gonna stay on, but no. Cheers for the coffee. Cheers, appreciate it. Bye.
FD Backup says cheers Liam mate.